8 branches of medicines, like Kai Chikitsa means internal medicines, Shalya Tantra means surgery branch, Shalakya Tantra means ENT, eye and dental branch, Komar Brutya means pediatric, Agad Tantra means toxicology branch also we have, Bhut Vidya means psychiatrist branch, Rashayan means rejuvenation branch, and Vajikaranam means uh, aphrodisiac branch. So in Ayurveda, you can see the name of the branches, you can imagine how the Ayurveda medical system is a very complete system and very deep system. We have a surgery also, and nowadays we are happy to say many Ayurveda doctors now are doing the surgery in the way of Ayurveda way, not allopathy way, but Ayurveda way, and we get very success, good result in also. And particularly we have a two unique branch rather than the modern, the rejuvenation, Rashayan therapy means to make you young, or to make you in the old age also, how you can have energy and how can you feel as a young. That we have a unique branch, Rashayan. I think that much needed now, because nowadays you see in Corona situation, what people is telling, who have very old age, they have a more death ratio. So if they choose that Rasayan therapy in their young age, actually the Rasayan therapy you have to do in your young age, and you can benefit in your old age. And the Vajikaran means aphrodisiac, means to increase your sexual power. For that also we have another branch. It's called Vajikaranam. Vaji means horse. Like a horse, you can get the power by if you follow this all the Vajikaran theme. And particularly we have all the Vajikaran's yogas for the male persons, but for the female also we have some yoga. So now you have any question in your mind after seeing this 8 branch? Where is gynecology branch here? Anyone can find it here? No, because the gynecological branch, the Stree Rog branch, we have like itself comes under pediatric. Komara Bhrutya. Ayurveda, ancient rishis, they put together pediatric and Stree Roga, means gynecology and pediatrics. They make this branch as together because they believe in that who is a pediatrician, must be a good gynecologist, and who is a gynecologist, he must be a good pediatrician, because mother and child, they are very connected. And so in Ayurveda we take these two branch together. Nowadays in the Ayurveda colleges and Ayurveda hospital, definitely you get this two different part, like gynecology, Ayurveda, Stree Vaidya means lady doctor is a different, and pediatrician, Komar Bhrutya department is a different. But in ancient science, during the Charaka time, during the Ashtanga Hridayas time, this branch, gynecology and pediatrician, they are combined branch. So you can see this in another slide. So Prashuti Tantra. Prashuti Tantra, simple meaning is obstetrics, means in Ayurveda, these topics come under the Komar Bhrutya pediatric branch. We have a not separate branch for gynecology and obstetrics. The topic concerned with Bharana of Komar comes under, means Komar Bhrutya's meaning is Bharan of a Kumar. Kumar means a child, and Bharana means producing, carrying, bearing, or act of bearing, also in a form, bringing, maintaining, supporting, and nourishing. So While mentioning about the child with its care or its disorder, Ayurveda classic have described it as a point starting from menstruation cycle, pregnancy to aftercare or mother and child. So that's why in Ayurveda have it's a together gynecology and uh, pediatrician. Now today we are going to talk about menstruation. So, in Ayurveda, we told menstruation means artha. And artha, uh, in the last lecture, I explained you about Vata, Pitta, Kapha is the three doshas. And we have another pillar in Ayurveda. We have a seven dhatus, seven tissues in our body. It's a rasha, rakta, mans, asthi, majja, shukra. It is in male, and in female is a artava. So rasha means plasma, not exactly plasma, but you can compare with a plasma. Rakta means blood, mans means muscles, meda means fat, asthi means bone, majja means bone marrow, shukra means semen, and artav means ovum or menstruations. So in Ayurveda, you can word denotes menstruation blood or ovum. In classic, more specifically, which word is using that I want to show you. Rajastrava means menstruation blood. It is information purpose. Stree beach means ovum. There are different synonyms given in classic. Artava, Shonita, Ashruka, Raja, Rakta, and Lohita. These are all different synonyms for the menstruation in Ayurveda. Now, we have to see how the formation of a artha, how the menstruation build up according Ayurveda. So there are seven dhatus that already I told you: rasha, rakta, mans, med, asthi, majja, sukra means semen or ovum. So how the artha forms in our body. Why I first explain about the dinicharya and your lunch timing and your diet, like that should be with the sad rasha means 6 days, madhuram lallavan means sweet, sour, salty, katu, tikta, kashaya means spicy, astringent, and spicy, astringent, and bitter taste. Why? Because we believe that our menstruation is forming from the food. Whichever food you are taking each and every day, menstruation is going to form in that. So if you have a very good diet control, then you have no any menstruation problems. But if you have no at all in your diet is control, then you have a lots of problem in menstruation. So nourishment of a ras dhatu means our first dhatu is rasha and the last dhatu is a artha. It's a last end product, we can say. First, from the food making rasha, from the ras slightly part going on the nourishment, another part rakta making, from rakta mansa, and from mans to fat, fat to asthi, asthi to majja, and majja, then coming the artha dhatu. So, you see how much process going on to make a artha. So our duty is there is a so much srotas means so many channels is involved to forming in the artha. So you have to keep your srotas are open. You have to keep your channels open. If there is any blockages in it, your artha formation, your menstruation formation is not going to be good. Means that's why I told you to wake up early in the morning, because I show you the day sleep causes. What's the happen because of the day sleep? The Shrotojanyavadi, the Avruddha Pathavyadi means obstruction of the channels. That is the first act because of the day sleep. So that are also going to affect in our are the formation. Now I show you one chart, so you have a very clear cut image how the formation of Artava is going to happen. Ahara means food. When you are taking a food, then actually I explain you in the morning about Vata Pitta Kapha. Even we have a Vata has a more different 5 types of Vata dosh. Pitta again more different 5 types of a pitta dosha, and kapha has also again more 5 types of a kapha dosha. So from that the pachak pitta and kledak kaph and saman vayu, and when they all three mixed with the aharas means food, and this food is converted into the rashadhatu, and then rashadhatu has two parts, prashada and kitta. Kit means they are going this part onto the stool formation for the vestige part, and prashada they are going onto the another nourishment channel. Even from this prasad part has again two part, sthula and sukshma, and that sukshma part converted into the upadhatus, means upadhatus like menstruation, artav, and stanya means you're feeding, and another part going to for rakta dharniyans means to going for the blood formation. It's a very I know difficult to understand who are new for Ayurveda, but it's just a basic idea want to I give you. We have also one physiology in Ayurveda also has a physiology science, how to menstruation blood is forming, how the artava is forming. So that's why I want to see you. Now we see, okay, about artava means menstruation. The fruit situated within the flower cannot be seen being a very small, means we know if you have any fruit plant, then first flower is come and then afterwards fruit is coming. So in this flower you can't see a fruit, and the fire located within the wood cannot be noticed. Similarly, sonita cannot be noticed, means you can't see a artha. It going to develop every month and comes with the menstruation flow. But first we can't see. It's like a blooming of a flowers, blooming of a fruit. Likewise, this procedure is. And artava means menstruation is a agni. It's a hot in nature. It's a characteristic of a rakta, means it's similar to like a blood. It's not a blood, but it's similar to like a blood. It forms a garbha, means from the artha we can make a fetus, and also it's essential for our life. And you have a very surprisingly thing in Ayurveda, we have a give menstruation measurement also, artha quantity also. It's a 4 anjali. 4 anjali means is approx 4 uns approximately. And Ayurveda says the menarche age means when periods is going to start, this age is a 12, and menopause age is around 50 years. That all mentioned in Ayurveda. Now, normal menstruation should be of every month. Should have blood loss for 3 to 5 days. Not how you see. If you can see your artava is a sudh, means purified totally, not impurified, then we have some uh, symptoms or characteristic for artava. And even when we are planning for couples for a pregnancy, we also asking them this question, At that time, our aim before pregnancy planning, we have to very pure, or we have to pure artava, means we are purifying the menstruation. But how we can know it is vitiated or it is impurified? So for that we have some Ayurveda gives some symptoms, some characteristics how it should be: not associated with pain, burning sensation, not too much like sticky or scanty or excessive in amount, and their color, how the Artava color should be, menstruation color should be how? Color resemble like red juice of a lake, or red lotus flower, or rabbit's blood. You see, at that time they give the example like a rabbit's blood. And uh, out of the three doshas, the Vayu is the most important, and the genesis of genital tract disease, that already I told you previously. When we have no anything, all the hormonal reports normal, all the MRI scans, whichever you are saying, this all investigations reports normal, and doctor at this stage, they can't say, we can't say you have everything normal, it is maybe because of psychological problem. At that time, if you treat the vata dosha, then you can have very good, be a doctor in gynecological practice. Actually, menstruation process is controlled by pitta, and fertility is controlled by kapha, because now we know kapha dosha is responsible for new growth, for new structure. So in the fertility, we need new growth, we need one child, we are developing one human being. So for that responsible is the kapha. And when menstruation come, menstruation need flow outside the flow, so it's a responsible for a pitta. So in Ayurveda, another we can say, your whenever you take some cloth, and your artava, if it's coming means artava spot in the cloth, and if you wash it with the water, if it is gone out very easily, then we can say it's a purified menstruation, it's a purified artava. But if it doesn't go very easily, means some doshic impression is there, or some vitiation in there. Before you conceive your child, your artava should be, I said must be, a purified. Even slightly a blackish reddish color also some acharya says, so it is also you can take as a normal color also. So uh, same way like painless cycle, all the normal cycle, painless cycles, all depends on the doshic cycle only. How your dosha clock is going on every day in your body, how you are conducting your life, your daily life with these doshic cycles. So your normal cycle will depending on your doshic cycle. So yeah, before going on to this, I want to see you, how is your stages of doshas in your menstruation cycle. This is the stages of a doshas in your particularly with the age, like in the childhood, when menarche is going to start, your periods cycles is going to start. It's called rajomati, it's called menarche, means menstruation start and cycles going to just establish. It is the stage of a kapha dosha. At that time, kapha is a very high in teenagers body, and pitta slightly, and vata very very slight. So nowadays if you see, so many PCOS problem occurring, means PCOD, polycystic ovarian disease, or sometimes periods comes very earlier from the age of the 10 or 9, or sometimes even up to 14 years, 16 years also, periods it's not going to happen, and the mother worried about their daughter, and they are going to start some hormonal pills. But here they have to study their daughter's lifestyle. If you see who have not, after 12 or 16 years also, not periods is coming, if you see their lifestyle, then there should be a so much kapha diet, or so much lazy lifestyle, or so much, kapha diet means they are taking too much sweets, chocolates, ice cream and cakes, and very very salty foods, the packed food with so much preservative content foods, so much chilled items, so much cold items, not waking up early in the morning, not at all exercise. So these all are very very small thing, but you see how much impact it nowadays. PCOD problems increase in the ratio of 80% every day, increasing and increasing the patients. So it is a responsible because of kapha dosha. So we have to quit our very lazy lifestyle, very sedentary lifestyle, particularly in the teenage. The mother has to be very very watchful. If you want your daughter's period start very normally with no any problem. And in the middle age is a young age, like it's age 16 to 40 years. At that time maximum reproductive capacity, so at that time maximum high level of the pitta, kapha also is there, and vata very very less. And then comes pre-menopausal activity, and then old age in vruddha, in the old lady after 50, the vata dosha very very high, pitta slide, and kapha is going to slide. So in this, according to age, according, you are seeing the now on the slide the doshas, we have to take care of our mother who is going to menopause, for us and for our daughters. So we are the main generation who have to look after younger one also and older one also. So that's how your doshas according to age. Yeah. Now I want to say you the stages of the doshas during our menstruation cycle. Means we everyone know we have a three phase in our menstruation cycle. First is a Rajakal, means menstruation phase, when the bleedings occurring, when the menstruations comes, menstruation blood loss. This time, at that time, the dominant dosha is vata. Again, you keep in your mind, at that time also three doshas in the bodies is present, but in this system, in reproductive system, in this menstruation cycle system, the vata dosha is very high. Then Rutukal means ovulation phase, uh, proliferative phase. It's the duration of this phase is around 12 to 16 days. So it is for the new cycle, optimum chances of fertilization at that time, and at that time also increase so much sexual desire also, and at that time the dominant dosha, very high dosha, is a kapha dosha. And we have a third phase, like Rutu Vyatit Kal, means secretory phase. This duration around 9 to 13 days, and is at that time the construction of yoni, vaginal, is going on, the less chance of a conception and raised body temperature. So at that time in our body, the dominant dosha, very very high dosha, is pitta dosha. So This is, you can imagine this chart, and you can see this chart, and you can imagine how the our doshas going on high and going to the down. First periods comes, after periods our kapha dosha is very high, and then ovulations periods happen, so pitta dosha high and down, going down, and when periods start, so at that time our vata dosha is a very in high manner. So now everyone has a question that how do we keep our menstruation cycle healthy for our daughter, for us, so we can have a very less menstruation related problem like premenstrual syndrome, menorrhagia, amenorrhea, PCOS. There is a lots of problem related to menstruation. Even nowadays the prolactinemia also, we get the very young children's, young girls get this problem also. So if you don't want all this problem, even I am going to talk about all the problems with single chapter also, but to give superficial idea, if you want to your menstruation cycle healthy, you have to balance this three phase: kapha dosha phase, pitta dosha phase, and vata dosha phase. This is a success, for key of a success. If you can balance these three doshas during your menstruation cycle phase, you can make your menstruation cycle very healthy without any symptoms or without any disease occurring. Even this menstruation cycle should be healthy for our future generation also, for your planning of a future. If you are not right now planning of children, but in future if you want a child, then during this periods also you have to take care about this menstruation cycle. It's a preparation. Even if you want to good your menopause, if you don't want to face too much menopausal syndrome, then also you have to keep this menstruation cycle every month healthy. If you don't want any uterine cancer in the later phase, in the any breast cancer phase, then also you have to keep this menstruation cycle healthy. So it is the our key of success. Ayurveda always about pre-preparation. Pre-preparation is a success. During the menstruation cycle, whatever you are going to preparation or whatever you are going to take care, this pre-preparation for a pregnancy, for a child. During the pregnancy, whatever preparation you are doing, this is a for your uh, post pregnancy phase. Your post pregnancy phase should be a very easy and you very fastly come back to normal. For that, whether during the post pregnancy, what you are take care of yourself, it is a for your next child, if you want to the another child. And even after post pregnancy, what you are taking for, it's for the your menopause also. So this is all for now. You know when your kapha dosha is high, when your pitta dosha is high, and when your vata dosha is high. So what's the purpose? Okay, I know now. During the after menstrual, during my bleeding time, vata dosha is high. Then ovulation, after bleeding, and in between ovulation time, my kapha dosha is high. After ovulation, my pitta dosha, and then again vata. What is the purpose now? The purpose is of this knowledge. Now you have to maintain your lifestyle according to this. So how, that I will let you know now. In Ayurveda, we have a some like we have a dinicharya, and like we have a rajaswala charya also, means some regimen during menstruation period also we have to keep. Maybe you heard so many in our, even in India or in so many countries, so many taboos for the menstruation, Women can't go enter into the temple. Women can't go enter into the kitchen. Women can't actively part in any good functions or any holy celebrations. So much India, we have so much taboo for that. And even WHO also now running the program to removing this taboo. So then I want to say very sadly, this all taboos come from, I think, from the Ayurveda science, because Ayurveda at that time tell you some menstruation regimen, and at that time we have a, or at that era, the woman has a very high physical work, very active, and there is no at all time, particularly injured women who are the uh, main of house, who has to take care of everyone and every work on her. At that time there is no rest, no time for that. So Ayurveda starting at that time telling that you have to keep the woman like separately these 3 to 4 days during the menstruation days, uh, and no one can enter in their room, and you have to give them food with very distance manner. Woman can't go outside at that times. Woman has to be live in the one place. It is for the that timing, because at that time uh, particularly the woman can't get rest, and we already see now during the menstrual phase time, during the periods time, our vata dosha is in very high state. So I think maybe the religious things comes like that, but the purpose is for to take care of woman, to giving the love, to giving the support to the woman, not hate thing. But slowly this thing converted into hate thing. No, at that time woman is not good. Woman is at that time in the bed stage, like that converted. But still we have a still some in some regime during menstruation to control our vata dosha. Whichever word written in the Ayurveda Samhitas, whichever sentence written in Ayurveda Samhitas, for that they have some reason. They're not written like anything. So to make your vata dosha in control, Ayurveda says some reasoning during menstruation period. Even you can't believe it, I have some infertility patients, and when I tell them you have to now, okay, now you have to take care some 3 to 4 days daily, during the menstruation, some regimen you have to follow. They are following very happily, and after 4 months, 5 months following this regimen, their problem, only by following this menstruation regimen, their whole hormonal problem getting solved. So that much regimen that's effective, because at that time you just controlling your vata dosha. So what's the things they are giving us during menstruation? Ladies should follow, like with that they have to leave their own, should avoid sleeping in a daytime, should avoid massage, particularly who are, I think if some therapist is there or some want to do Ayurveda for learning, we have a very good importance of Abhyanga, of massage in Ayurveda. But during the menstruation time, please avoid the massage and too much talk, excessive exercise, should eat meal. This is the very good point, and I am this telling to my each and every patient during the menstruation. No, look, this is not only for the patient, but for healthy ladies also. Should eat meal made by ghee, means clarified butter, rice and milk, or barley and milk. Because if you see here, who knows Ayurveda, they knows the oil. Oil is the best medicine for vata. So here why they mention the ghee, because when menstruation started, a slightly portion of pitta also involved there. So if you eat oil, at that time your pitta is getting high. So because of that, maybe too much menstruation come, menorrhagia things comes, too much bleeding loss comes. So that's why the ghee, the clarified butter, is the thing which balance both vata and pitta. Even milk is also like that, which balance both vata and pitta. And even if you see the after phase, after menstruation phase, which phase is going on? The growth phase, means ovulation going to occurs, and means ovum going to in bigger and bigger size, and endometrium also going in bigger and bigger size. So at that time we need some nourishment thing for that time. So ghee and milk both are as a jivaniya, means it gives the life. So that's why at that time we have to take these things only to keep hunger or fire, means digestion good. Should eat in less quantity, means not eating too much, too heavy. Should avoid pungent, hot and salty items. Pungent and hot, why? Actually, uh, this is for vata samana. Hot things is for vata samana, and pungent, it is about like, and even I am suggesting at that time you should avoid too much spicy food also, because vata dosha is going to increase with spicy food. Even with the spicy food, pitta is going to increase. Even with the bitter items, if you eat too much bitter items, bitter means not good. Our diet should be with sadarasa, with a six taster. So bitter also, and with salty item also. And yeah, that is the main thing. During the menstruation time, no panch karma procedure during this day. If you want to planning any cleansing procedure, then we should wait for your menstruation. Even I am saying, when the kapha phase is going on, means when there is some growth phasing in your system is going on, some your ovum is going to in the bigger size, menstruation is like endometrium is making in the growth. So at that time also, if you have a no any disease like which needs definitely the Shodhan procedure, means detoxification or Panchakarma procedures, then particularly in the woman, we should wait. So we should go for the Panchakarma procedure or detoxification procedure after ovulation occurs. Because if you go during this time, then Panchakarma, some side effects also occurs. I can see in my in our Ayurveda colleges, so many patients like that. They did the Panchakarma during the ovulations time, means after menstruation finish, and they just immediately start, and they get the cyst. It's in Ayurveda we called gulma, cyst. It is comes under Panchakarma Vyapad, means Panchakarma side effect. So we advise, if you want to go Panchakarma procedure, we should wait your ovulation, and then we will go for the Panchakarma. So basically idea is, during the menstruation phase, you just stable. You, if possible, don't involve in too much activity. Even you just be with yourself, because we have to control our vata. Even you should avoid the dry foods, you should avoid the like peas items like chickpeas flour and some another beans items also. So particularly if you can able to do, you should spend these 3 days with milk, rice, ghee or barley and milk, like that. It is my opinion. So your diet should be during menstruation like that. If you are waking up in the morning, you feel hungry or you need some, drink slightly milk, 1 glass of milk. And in the morning, if you feel hungry again, you should eat rice with you make with the grita. You add little bit spices like turmeric and jeera, cumin seed, and slightly salt, but saindava salt. And you can eat this rice. At the night time, you made something from a barley, and again you should take milk. This is my idea. You should eat during your menstruation time. Even if you can't follow all your menstruation time, like for if you have a bleeding for 4 to 5 days, then at least you follow when you have a very, very high bleeding flow. When you have a very, very peak bleeding, at that time you should follow this thing. So because of that, you see your so many menstruation problem getting solved because you just controlling your startup. So even basically on this during this day, you have to do some kosta shuddhi, means some laxative things, slightly, not too much heavy, not heavy laxative thing, slight, which give you some very good bowel movement. It's called kosta shuddhi in Ayurveda. So that something you should take, like some trifla or some isabugul things, or and even particularly if your daughter is in teenage and he not going to do this all the things, then at least control the outside restaurant food during these days strictly, and just give simple home food and home food made by Grita. Try to give maximum milk and made items from Grita. I not tell you that teenage particularly very difficult to handle. So if you tell your daughters, no, you're not going to eat anything in these 3 days, only the milk and rice, it's not possible. But at least try something. You make item with all the grit, add some ghee only in the items, some barley items, and outside food, particularly chocolates, ice cream, very chill food, pizza, burger, pasta, cake. At least request her. You should avoid these items at least for these 3 days, because at that time your vata is going to in very, very, very high stage. Even you make her at that time emotionally very happy, very calm. Whichever things she wants to do, you just allow them to do, don't stop them. So because of that, if it's this time should be, you make her happy. This is our mother's duty. This is some things written in our Sahitas. If you not follow this menstruation hygiene, then what happening? The days, if restricted acts of a woman during menstruation cycle, and if you not follow this thing, and then because of some abnormalities come in the child, you see, we have to follow menstruation thing. If you day sleep during the, if you make a day sleep during the menstruation time, the oversleepy child come. If you at that time use the anjana, look, see, in dincharya I explain about the anjana, but during the menstruation time we should stop to applying some anjana. Even it's, look, it's tell about anjana, but we should avoid some, you know, the eye cosmetic also during that times. Then abnormalities come in the child is a blindness. Even if you doing particularly the oil massage, that bathing and all thing, I think, believe it, that during that era there is a no personal space for bathing. Men, women are used to go to the river and, you know, the public water things. So at that time, because of the health and hygiene, they are saying no. Oil massage, because of that, then leprosy and other skin disorder happen in the child, look, not in you, in the child. And too much laughing, then black color of teeth and lips, so over talking and overhearing, exposure to the so much, you know, extension, scraping of earth, like if you too much scraping of the earth, is, it's at that time era. But basically that I only for the information, practically I not see this thing in my practice, and even need some research in this, but this is in our Samhita, so I just want to show you. So practically what we should do, we should particularly uh, avoid too much activity during the menstruation time. Particularly, we should stop cosmetic using, massage, stop, Anjana, it's coming the cosmetic, eye cosmetics, and we should restrict our diet. That already I told you what we should do during the menstruation. Now, you can see menstruation phase. The first phase of menstruation, now we know at that time Vata dosha is very high. So this days is day 1 to 4 days. So at that time Vata, what is happening, that I want to show some what is happening and what woman can do at that time, what we should do. What is happening in this phase? Vata very dominates in any movement and expulsion from the body, in this case menstruation blood, because we already, when we see the Vata dosha in the morning, at that time we know for the movement Vata dosha is responsible. So at that time your Vata is in very high, so what woman can do? Rest and withdraw from the activity, at least limit your physical activity, socializing and overwork. Avoid situation which might cause you very strong emotional pull and very mentally you disturb. So at that time you have to take care that you have, if you know with these people or with this uh, your colleagues, you have a very, conflict, we not very each other very comfortable, so at least for that time just avoid these relations. Even that is our, as a mother, our duty, we should give our daughter in the home environment, like she not get disturbed emotionally. This is a natural time for expelling waste and cleansing from your body. So at that time warmth is a very important. So your food should be warm, and even your drinks, whichever you are going to drink, it also slight to be a warm, and even not too much dry thing. Should always cook with the ghee, slightly make hydrated yourself, and please avoid very chilled item, because cold thing also increase the vata. When dominated by vata, we are at our weakest physically point. So this is for when you are trying to something, you want to do something good for physical level, means you want to go for like a climbing mountain, you want to go for a trekking, or like it's an example, but you want to do any heavy physical work, but you should avoid during this time. Avoid stimulation and keep well hydrated. Ensure there is a ghee in your diet. Ghee means clarified butter. I hope Spain you can get a ghee, grita, clarified butter, and if no, then you guys know how to make it. And mentally and emotionally, we are more sensitive during this vata time, because we, vata people are very emotional. They are they have too much thoughts. It's maybe happening during the menstruation time, so much thoughts coming in your mind, and you can't judge what I want to do, you're not coming to a specific decision. It's happened. So for that we have to just pass on these days. So this is a recharging self-care will allow full immersion in the next more active and outward facing part of the cycle. So at that time, you have just be as with yourself, just if possible, just control your whole activities. Now, the second phase come of a menstruation cycle is a uh, proliferative phases. It's for fifth and 14 days. It's a general example of 30 days cycles. Maybe in some menstruation cycle for 35 days or 40 days, then this phase is bigger. So this is the very, very good phase of your menstruation cycle. At that time, kapha gives you strength and solidity. And what woman can do at that time? Get out there in the world, maximize on the energy and strength that rises during this phase. Be your own version of a superwoman. So if you want to, you are starting some exercise in plan, and if you want to improving your strength, so this is the best timing to improve your strength. And if you want to do some team work, some heavy physical work, then that is the best time. If you have a too much workload, or you have to some target to finishing, then this time you can take this type of work also. Too much workload, or too much mental work, or too much physical work, because at that time your kapha is in very high state. So we should have more strength. Your immunity is very, very high in this time. When kapha is prominent, there is a growth and vital strength to work at 110%, and natural well of energy to draw along with sense of a settled inner groundness. At that time you are very stable. So if you want to make any decision of very, very important of your life decision, then two time very good, this time. And even if you select the day timing, then early morning. This two time to make a good decision. It's and believe me, if you make any decision in this time, it's always be true. You never take wrong decision in early morning and this kapha timing. So rejoice in your glow, use of a ghee and milk more, and don't consume too much Ksar item. Ksar item means alkaline items. I know nowadays there is one trend is going on. Alkaline diet trend. Even they are believe that if you want to fight against the cancer, the alkaline diet is the best. But now you keep in your mind, according to Ayurveda, your diet should be a balance with 6 rasas, which or sad rasa with 6 days. And only we have to keep some test more and less, according to season, and according to our this menstruation phase, or according to our any disease condition. So our acharyas, particularly we have one good Samhita, it's a Kashyap Samhita. It is only for the pediatrician. That acharya says you have to not consume very, very high alkaline items during this kapha stage, because if you want to conceive the child, look, it's very, very good sentence. Even if you want to conceive the child, then you have to should take use ghee and milk. Even because why? Because in this phase your ovum is getting bigger, your endometrium is getting very much bigger and bigger. So that's why we need more prithvi, dhatu, earth, earth and water. Earth and water element we need more. And even ghee has itself one jivaniya pranada shakti, means it's a very take caring of life. You know, only one thing cross your brain barrier is the grita, clarified butter, and milk. So I have so many patients comes, they have not getting pregnant normally. Even some IVF patients also come in vitro fertilization. You see, it's a very open science, na? In IVF, what happening? They are doing. They are taking female seeds. They are taking male seeds. Put in the embryo chamber, making embryo, and making embryo implant into the lady. But in this procedure also, the successful is not coming. I have come the patient 8 times, 9 times IVF failure, and then they says you have no endometrium line. You have not enough endometrium line. So if you have enough endometrium lining, your endometrium thickness is good, then we can implant the embryo in you and it sustain on you. So if you think at that time, if you work on Kapha dosha, if you work on Prithvi and Jal Mahabhuta, then this is thing going to happen, and we are doing it. The treatment is balancing the Kapha dosha, balancing the Prithvi Dhatu Mahabhuta, balancing the Jal Mahabhuta, and patient gets success. And after that, if it's too much age like 45 and 48, they has to go for the IVF and they get the success. So at that time, if you are eating too much alkaline, particularly like whichever contain, you know, like soda by carb, you are adding in the cake, you are adding it in making the pizza, and so many, like all, I think all fermented items we are adding this soda by carb, particularly that Ajinomoto, that adding in the all Chinese items, particularly that, because in the alkaline category food, vegetables also so many coming, but you have to take care with very high alkaline foods. So don't consume kshar. It's called like kshara during this time. And this time water elements give a juiciness and glow. So it's still important because we have to even balance the kapha at that time. So it is still important to keep warm body, food and drink, and avoid processed food like cheese and curd and too much salty food. Be active to outdoor activities. Look, even if in this time, if you take too much sweet items, if you take too much processed food, too much cheese and all that thing, then also because of your ovulation is not going to occur, because after this phase the pitta phase come. So in the pitta phase we need ovulation. So if you making too much kapha very high, particularly for the teenage who eat too much cheese, burger, pista, junk food and pasta in this phase, then what happen, their uh, uh, ovum going to bigger and bigger and bigger and converted into cyst. It's a called PCOD, and they never get into high pitta stage. After this pitta stage come, so you have to convert your this phase into kapha into the pitta. So if you eating too much kapha items, then also second phase not get work normally, and the amenorrhea thing and ovulations thing occurs. So just be active during this time, particularly just give this instruction to your teenage that active during this time for the outdoor activities. Now the third and final phase, is for like a secretion phase. It's called pitta. At that time we know now pitta is in very high doshas. So it is the days around 15 to 28 days. So at time what's happening is going on, the fire of pitta soars in the raised body temperature of this phase. At that time your body temperature is in high mena. The fire of pitta needs, so what woman can do, the fire of pitta needs feeding the right stuff. You know, the fire, when we do some, I don't know, you guys know about Havana, means which we, particularly Hindu in India, we have this tradition. We make one fire and we adding slightly some herbs in it, grita in it, and making so big fire. So fire always needs something. You have to give something and something and something, otherwise fire will stop. They need some fluent, I can say. So fire or pitta needs feeding the right stuff. If you are want to make a fire, you want to add some petrol or some kind of thing which make fire more. But if you are going to add water in it, what happen? Fire also stops. So it's need the right stuff. And here is need more naturally sweet taste during this time. During this time, your carving of a sweet is very high increase, but you have to give grains, root vegetables, milk, this kind of sweetness. At that time, not allow the sweet means chocolate, cake, pastries. No, not. If you not give at that time the grains, and root vegetables and milk, then what happened? Definitely your sugar carving come, and you definitely going to eat some bad sweets or some chocolates or that all the thing. So to make this sweet carving balance, we have to give some grains, we have root vegetables. This is the must needed. And uh, at that time, pitta bring patience and intensity bit out of balance, can lead to irritability and can lead to emotional uh, very disturbance, because at that time pitta is very high. We know, so some women are saying during the before menstruation days, 2 3 days ago, I am very much disturbed and I'm very much irritable. I have got so much anger and all that thing is why? Because of pitta. So at that time you have to eat enough lunch at particularly, but don't eat even too much. And you have to not eat too much spicy thing and too much hot thing, because already pitta is high phase. If you eat this much things more, too much spicy thing, too much hot thing, too much chilies and too much sour items like things, then your pitta is getting more and more high, and definitely you get the premenstrual symptom, this fancy word. Definitely you get very much irritated, you get very much anger, you get very much disturbed, no sleep during this time, pimples in the face. The teenage come and come, ma'am, now my pimples, now I know my menstruation come within 1 2 days. It's not a physiology, it's your imbalance of pitta. So this time is for moderate amount and strength. So uh, in that time you should do physical activity, but you have to accept this. At that time you are in moderate strength, not like a fast strength, very moderate strength. So any exercise program you are continuing, so at that time you just following the same, not increasing any strengthening or not increasing any goal. Means during kapha time you do it, means if you want to do surya namaskar, your goal you want to reach up to 50. So during your kapha time, during your ovulation time phase, you give more self your goal. One day, every day 5 5 increase, or every day 10 10 increase. But in this phase, now whichever you reach up to the 30, then just maintain 30 30 30 like that. And be aware of your situation, which involve conflict, and start to lift the foot slightly of the go slowly pedal. Means we know right now we are in high pitta. So just know your situation, just accept your situation, and don't just avoid this type of situation when some conflict going on. We know that this time some some fight may be there with this person, so just avoid this type of thing. And even your daughter, if going to angry in these days, so just handle her very quietly. Even you change your diet, don't give spicy and hot items, you see there's premenstrual symptoms going to very imbalanced form, without any hormones or without any intervention of any medication. Because before that we have no any knowledge of doshas. Now we have a knowledge, now we know the physiology, that time what is going on and what we have to do, what is our duty. So this is the all about how the dosas phase is going in menstruation cycle. So anyone, everyone has clear about this dosa cycle? This is a one information thing I want to tell you. This is a in our Ayurveda Shastra. Let me tell you some interesting thing, like how far classic means Sahitas observe these things. Look, after menstruation, we call as a rutu. Sastra means we have a going to ovulated, so it's a called Rutukal in our Sahita. So on the fourth day, one cycle is over. Lady should take a bath and see her husband only. Why? Because everyone wants that they wants their child as a like a husband or like any person. So they want to see that only husband, and the child will have similar sattvic, rajasic or tamasic nature is that dominant in mother after menstruation. Look, you see why I want to indicate some point here, because nowadays there is a garbha sanskar is going on very well, means the Ayurveda baby or the designer baby is going on, and everyone telling us you should take care of your during the pregnancy, whatever mother's mood it's coming with the children. Children mind is like, if you are mother is upset, children will be upset. If you are angry during the pregnancy, not during the pregnancy only, but after menstruation. After menstruation, how is your stage of the mind? This comes in your child depression, because the same seeds or same ovum going to develop your child. It is the seed. If you grow any tree, then how the tree will be built? If you grow neem tree, then neem tree will grow. If you grow mango seeds, then mango tree will grow. Even if you grow so many seeds, then the plant quality is different. So it is depends on the seeds. So we know our ovum formation is going to start from the just stopping of the menstruation next day. So at that time, whichever your mood, whichever your mental stage, likewise your future child mind will become. So we have to not make a balance our mind during the pregnancy only, but from the first day of our ovum is going to build up. Even the menstruation days an effect on the child. uh, this is a I think about for the uh, conception thing, means if you try this during these days, it is I am at that time this thing happening. First day no pregnancy or pseudo pregnancy occurs if you make during coitus or intercourse during these days. Second day abortion or intrauterine death or death after delivery happen. Third day defective body parts, or fourth day with all body parts, and normally healthy child can occurs. It is, I can't see it's a practically, because at that time if you intercourse there is no ovulation, then it's not going to happen. But we have to make our mentally very balanced. From if we want very calm and cool child, then we also very cool and calm and very positive from the after just menstruation phase stop. Because now vata emotional period gone and kapha stable periods come, so naturally you have a energy during that time to make a stable and to make a positive from the mind. So just utilize the kapha strength if you want very good child. Even this Rutukal means conception time in Ayurveda, that also we are going to again take when we take the tomorrow. I think we are going to take the pre-pregnancy planning and during the pregnancy how we take care, because nowadays what we believe pregnancy means we check the strip, okay, we go for the scan sonography, child is okay normal, now come for after 4 months take these pills and vitamins and everything, and it is not likewise not going to your child develop. We have to see in the womb everything, their physical growth, their mental growth, their spiritual growth, everything whatever we can give our child during the womb, that we will see tomorrow how we give. But it is during this all about menstruation cycles, so I keep this slide here. This is known as a Rutukal, means conception time in Ayurveda. It's of a 12 days or 16 days, counting after the fourth day of a menstruation. So from 4th to 12 or 4th to 16 days. Sometimes in rare condition, lady with more fertility C may conceive till last day before the next menstruation start. Yes, this happening within my one patient case also. Usually we see the ovulation occurs up 16 days or up to 18 days only, and the lady has an infertility patient, but she has, then we go for scan, and the ovulation occur, you can't believe, on the 27th day of the cycle and the 30-day cycle of a periods. So 30 days menstruation come, so after, you just imagine, after just 3 days it's imbalanced, but it's happening. And Ras Dhatu may form Artav in a month. Each Dhatu forms in 4 days, approx if nourishment cycle of Dhatu tissues, means that I show you the Dhatus, 7 Dhatus. Rasha, Rakta, Mans, Med, Asthi, and Majja, and Shukra, and Artav. So almost 28 days Artava is forming. After lotus flower close after sunset, like similarly our vagina woman get um, constructed and does not accept the shukra after this phase is passed on. After ovulation, during the secretory phase, due to influence of progesterone hormone, cervical mucus become hostile for a sperm penetration. Okay, so that all we know into the dosha level also. Now, what Ayurveda says, now we already know what is the menstruation physiology and how we should take care during the menstruation. But what is Ayurveda saying, anything about menstruation disorder? Then yes, Ayurveda, we have there is a main, there is a 8 menstruation disorder described in the classic due to vitiation of Artava, due to impurify of Artav Dhatu, due to impurify of menstruation blood. So how can we know? That we can know on the base of the symptoms. And we have, there is a 8 types of Artav Dushti, and which is gynecological disorder in the modern term that I mentioned here, means if you have a Vataj Artavadusti, your blood Artav menstruation is very, very dark red, blackish, very dry, very frothy, and very, very skin clots, and very, very painful. In which situation you get this type of thing? In oligomenorrhea with dysmenorrhea, and it is caused by like nutritional deficiency according to modern life. And then because of Pitta dosha, whichever Artha Dushti happens, in that you can see yellowish, pus, that you can see during the menstruation, all the symptoms, blood, smell, and burning sensation, where you can see that in inflammation, pelvic cellulitis, and oligomenorrhea. In Kafaj Artha Dushti, there is a whitish and thick blood coming, very, very settle down if put on water, even itching, and very, very painful. Chronic endometriosis, cervicitis with oligomenorrhea. If even there is a Konapagandhi Artavdushti, means rakta, smell like a dead body, and fresh blood, early stage of endometrial carcinoma. So you see, Ayurveda says about cancer also. And then Grathidbhut Artha means Vata and Kapha dosh responsible for that. It is a clotted, painful, it is malignant disorder, and even cervical carcinoma, this type of thing happening. Uttipui means it is responsible for Pitta and Kapha dosha. Here, pus, burning, fever, heat. It is an acute infection and acute endometriosis. Kshina Artav means it's because of Pitta and Vata dosh. Delayed menstruation, it is hypoestrogenic oligomenorrhea caused by nutrition again deficiency. And then Mutra Purish Gandhi, Vatpik Kaf, this three dosh, all the three dosha is aggravated in your body and this thing happen. Smell of urine and stool, it is again come cervical carcinoma and in fistula, this thing going to happen. So even tomorrow again I will talk you about the premenstrual syndrome, home remedies. If menorrhagia happen, heavy bleeding flow happen, then what can do? First our duty to follow dinacharya, to follow menstruation regimen and menstruation cycles. It is our duty. Afterwards also still problem is there, still disease is there, then how do we get the cure? And what's the remedies, home remedies particularly, that I will going to suggest you the tomorrow. Now, if you have any question, it is a discussion time. So you can ask me.